welcome to Hedgehog Hollow here with LGRS, and I wanted to show you a really quick and easy card. I don't know about you, but sometimes I'm just a lazy card maker, and LGRS has this amazing range of dies called Lock-Itz that are super simple to use but really effective. So I have a piece of 6x12 cardstock. This is a textured cardstock, and I'm going to turn it texture side down, and I'm going to score at 2 inches and at 4 inches, and I'm going to score on both sides because these textured cardstocks, you really do need to work a little bit harder to break those paper fibers for a really great card. So again, I'm doing the 2 and the 4 inches on the other side, which leaves us with a 4-inch center panel here. So we have our 4 inches in the center there. I like using the score buddy, A, because I can keep my score tool at the top there, which means I never lose it, and B, I love that we have our 4 1/4, which is our standard card making size, in there perfectly. So I'm going to fold these folds. So I'm folding in and then back out to make kind of a double gatefold effect to our card. And now I'm going to grab those Lock-It dies, and I'm going to take them off their very sticky backing piece. And you'll notice with LGRS dies that they are coloured. Now, not only does that make your craft room look pretty, but it does have a practical purpose as well. And the reason they are like that is because they have a special colour coating on them that makes the dies really easy to release. And that's what that colour coating is. So we're now going to take our Lock-Itz die. There is a left and a right. And what you'll notice is you have this kind of T panel. So that tells you where your Lock-Itz starts and ends. And so I'm going to open up this first fold, and I'm going to align my Lock-Itz. My first T on my Lock-It here is aligned with the top of my cardstock, and I'm going to use a piece of masking tape to hold it in place, which I forgot to take off the roll, so I did kind of let it go. You could use post-it tape, whatever your preference is for holding down your dies, but we're going to just tear some off. And so again, I'm going to align that top T with the top of my cardstock, like that. And I like to pop my tape, so unless I really have to, I don't want it to protrude over, because sometimes the Gemini gives you such amazing pressure, you can get a little tape mark. And whilst you wouldn't be able to see it, it's just a little tip on there for your card making. So the side that I'm putting this die down on is also the non-textured side. So I just want to double check that my rose is going to be the right way up, which it is. So again, I've done the same thing, align the top of that T with the top of my card base there. And now I'm going to run this through my Gemini. Now I have the Gemini Junior here rather than the big Gemini, so I'm going to have to run it through twice, which is not a problem. And this will accommodate a full 6x6 card as well. So I can put any length in here I would like. And so I'm going to run it through this way. And so now I'm going to run it through the opposite way. I'm going to just take this piece off. And I completely forgot about, you just have to position one of those. So that was my error in the die cutting. Just position one die, and you can see there it's come out perfectly, like so. And now we're going to position our second one. So again, small leaves the top, big leaves the bottom, and I positioned it so that my T was at the top on this side. And we'll unhook that from there. I don't know about you, but when I start crafting, I have a whole empty table, and by the time I finish, I have this tiny little piece that I'm working on. Maybe that's just me, but it totally seems to happen every time I craft. And so now I'm going to put this through my Gemini Junior again. And so we can take our second one off. Let's get rid of our plates. underneath. I'm going to peel that off. I'm going to snip at the top here. So if you're using a slightly larger card front, then you may just need to make those little snips. I'm actually going to snip this down just a smidgen. So I was just thinking about my card and realizing that, of course, if I put this in the mail, then if it's a larger card, I have to pay the extra postage, being that it's over the 5.5. And as we were saying, our width of our card is 4. So if I make my card base down to a little bit smaller, then I can make it 5.5 inches, and it's going to fit in our standard envelopes. So you can make your card base either 5.5 inches, or you can go with the original 6 inches. But this is kind of my card making process, and a few people have asked me why I don't edit out mistakes or edit out things, because I'm sure you make mistakes in your card making too, and I want to make sure that I show you how to fix mistakes. Because I really do hope that it happens to us all. So you can see there how this beautiful rose is coming together, but I really want to make that rose pop. So I'm going to be using this beautiful textured paper here. This is called Silver Silk. This is a tonic hand embossed paper. And so our piece wants to be a little under 2 inches by 5, a smidge under the 5.5 inches. So again, smidge under 2 inches by smidge under 5.5. So there are our pieces. And so now we're ready to stick these down onto here. So I'm going to open this up. We're going to grab our tape runner, add some adhesive onto your contrasting paper. It would also be really pretty to use some of the LDRS papers and things on there. I just want to go metallic because I will show you why in a minute, how it's going to pop out on that metallic. And so I'm going to do the same on the other side. Again, like this. And so I'm going to fold that back so you can see how that red really pops against that silver. And another thing that you can do with these Gatefold, these Lock-Itz even, are exactly that. You can lock it together. So you have those cuts top and bottom when you use the dies. That means you can lock your cards. So not only do you get kind of that beautiful 3D effect, it also keeps your card shut. And of course, we've now made this into a regular card front. You could add some pretty paper in the middle here. I'm just going to gently open this. So in here, you could add a card front size through the cardstock, you could stamp, you could use dies, you could do all sorts of really fun things in here. But I just love how on that maroon and that silver, that rose really does pop. So I'm thinking, I actually have a silver wedding anniversary that I'm thinking this card would be absolutely perfect for. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial today with LDRS. Don't forget to check out the blog post that's linked in the description below. There's also a complete supply list down there for you as well, including this beautiful die and this paper that I've used. If you have any questions or any comments, do leave those for us as well. We love hearing from you, and I'll see you again very soon. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and stamp the bell so you get notifications of any future tutorials. Plus, of course, do give us a thumbs up if you've learned something in today's project or you've enjoyed our finished outcome, or maybe both. And I'll see you again very soon. Happy stamping. Bye.